want me to turn it off now? You just want to jump right off the battery?
Yeah, I'll be able to do it without it, yeah.
I'll just turn it off then.
Yeah. Can't really see anything, but...
It's in the head. Definitely in the head. You got a dead cylinder, I think.
I got on there when it was installed.
Yeah. You want us to do all the work? I'll be the camera guy.
At my hourly rate is performance shop.
One habit burger every 2 hours.
It's not that significant. When I pulled my Hondas, there was like oil. Like
Cheese, right?
yeah.
And on the sourdough?
Yeah. When I did mine, I just pulled all the plugs so that the starter wasn't working too hard. I don't know what the torque spec is. On my M20, it's like 20 foot-pounds or something like that. So. Pulling these out is going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that might be that grabber. You might be perfect for this.
Oh wow, that's a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Nice. Sweet.
I passed one by one of your neighbors has the Chevy SS, I guess it is.
Yeah. It's convertible.
It's a cool car, I guess. I'd never want one, but like if you're into that, you know.
Wait, you mean the Chevy SS or you mean like the Camaro SS?
No, like the truck. That's that like half truck.
Oh.
Half car, you know what
yeah,
I'm
okay.
talking about? Yeah. Camaros are cool.
Yo, my neighbor just got a black Camaro SS. And it's one of the newer ones, but it's a convertible.
Yeah, it's
and just kind of killed it for me.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of convertibles.
So 1 and 2 looked good. And number 3 has all the shit on it. So spark plugs 1, 2, and 4 all look the same. And then 3 is the one that has all the carbon on it. And that's the one that has all the misfires.
It's wet
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's wet.
Do you want to test all 4 though?
Yeah, let's definitely test all 4.
Yeah.
You just spin this in just like
Just
that?
hand tight, yeah. That's how I did mine. Hand tight and then crank the starter until it stops. Yeah, you gotta get a pair of Crocs, man.
Crocs.
Amazing. I love them.
That's why I have these beater shoes.
You see mine? My Adidas? I wore those. They have the whole heel in both of them is completely ripped off. So like it's essentially like this, like like this, where it's like there's a strap up here that fits over my shoe. You zoom in on my Crocs.
Yeah.
That's like a staple of car video, so car YouTube videos though.
What?
Zoom in on the
Zooming
Crocs.
in on Crocs? Never seen that. Dude, my camera zooms so slow though. Alright, let's jump it, I guess, right?
Yeah, just keep going until we tell you to stop.
You're good. Stop. Stop.
Stop. Okay. 210.
Yeah. So you're on 2 cylinders.
That's good.
Plugging the fuel pump module back in before I forget for when I start it back up. So we loosened all of these guys, and then just these 2 little tiny bolts on the side here, and then yeah, so that just comes off like that, and then this lifts straight up. But we got to pull these hoses off in the back to be able to do that, and then this hose, yeah, you might be able to leave this hose on right there. This hose is like a direct exact size fit.
Try not to. The hose is the exact diameter of the fitting.
Yeah, and it's like a direct. It's so like it's a really thick walled piece of hose.
Maybe
and, like it doesn't bend at all. So
maybe we pull up. Do you want to try getting the tiny one off, and then we just pull it up and like pull it off that way? Alright, well I can hold the valve cover as like up and pull it a little out as you try to pull the hoses off.
We got the valve cover off and we found that the rocker arms completely broke off of cylinder 3, this third cylinder from the left. All of the valve springs look okay. We originally thought that the valve spring may have broken or valve may have bent. I mean a valve could have bent, we just don't know yet. But for sure on this intake camshaft, a bunch of these rocker arms completely broke off. And they're right here.
Pulls are over here. I just brought over a wrench. And I can grab.
Not unless the cam lobes were jumping up and down on them. That's what we got to look and see. We want to see pound marks, score marks.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like debris on this one.
Let me get some better rags for you.
Where's the other? All three are over there.
What, these guys? The rockers?
These are, wow. This looks like it's unseated over.
That's broken.
What?
That's a lifter.
2 lifters, 2 rockers all from cylinder 3. It doesn't look like, can't see anything about the springs in there.
And that one's actually jacked up on 4, even though 4 had good compression.
Yeah, 4 is, both of them are like.
They both fell off. They got disconnected.
That's all right. But like, this is like halfway out.
Yeah, the ball's off. The ball's not in its socket. All the exhaust ones are, it seems like.
All right, so we're gonna have to be careful. Let me get a magnet, because if it goes down the oil valley, then we got a problem. Just a little bit.
And you'll see that one of them broke a chunk off of that left side right there. So that one, the one on the right is fully intact. The one on the left had a chunk blown off. You can see it a lot more clearly right there. So there on the left, that one's fully intact. The one on the right has a piece blown off of it. So I need to locate where that piece is inside the head. We haven't been able to find it yet. And then here are the lifters that broke right off. Well, these lifters came right out. One of them was actually just in the block, just hanging around. It was in the head, just banging around. The other one was still in its spot, but we pulled it out. So with my Golf R down for a while, needing a way to get to work, I needed a second car. So for right now, I basically just need a daily, but I wanted to get something that would eventually become a project car. I think that the previous owner, who only had the car for about a month, just bought the car cheap and flipped it. I initially thought I was getting a decent deal, but as I showed up to check out the car, there were a lot more issues with it than I initially realized. I decided to still go with the car because I'm somewhat desperate to have something that runs and drives, and the car seems like it's in clean condition. It has low miles for its age, and it's rust free, which is pretty rare for these cars. I'm currently on my way to get the car inspected and registered, and figures as soon as I'm on my way to get the car inspected, a check engine light pops up, which means that I can no longer get it inspected today. Stay tuned for the next video. I'll run through every issue with this car, and then hopefully I'll have the diagnosis on what's going on with it right now. Buying a used car, especially one this old and cheap, it's just sketchy. It's hard to find good, honest sellers. All right, well, I'm pulling up to the DMV right now, so I'm going to cut this right here. I'll show you guys the car real quick. Let's see. Wow, look at that line, guys. This line at the DMV before they even open. That's intense. Hopefully I don't have any issues getting this registered, but I might, considering that the seller started writing his name in the buyer spot and I had to write right over it. This check engine light really blows though. Let's see. And let me show you guys here. Well, I got this bad boy inspected, so that's step 1 for sure. And for those of you who still don't know what this car is, there we go. Eventually it'll be a boosted K20, But for now, I'm trying to just not touch it and not mod it. The only thing I'm trying to do is get the car inspected, which means I'm gonna have to probably fix something since the check engine light just came on my way here. But yeah, it's a stock, somewhat low mileage RSX, and the only thing not stock about it are these headlights. But I'm not a big fan of these headlights. I like when the bulbs actually line up with these cutouts, but on this one there's, instead of just 2, there's 3 little bulbs and none of them line up. So that kind of bothers me. Paint's in pretty good shape. I like this color. I think it's a good base to modify, but maybe there's some unknown issue with it that I didn't catch in the test drive, because that check engine light did come on and I have no idea what that could be. It seems to be driving fine. I mean, there's not really any weird noises. In one of my next videos, I'll go over all the issues with the car and I'll have a diagnosis on that. I still think I didn't really get a good deal on it, but then again, these cars are really hard to find and everyone's asking a ridiculous amount for these cars. Maybe I'll get your opinion on whether I got a good deal or whether I got ripped off. Personally, I think I overpaid a little bit, but like I said, I was kind of desperate to have something that runs and drives and could be a future project. All right, thanks for watching, guys.